we must meet this challenge head-on through new approaches that combine the best of ancient practices with solid reasoning and modern scientific logic. Such approaches can pave the way for the greater understanding of new realities and for forging a better human existence. I believe that air pulse autonomic therapy is one such approach because it is scientifically based and non-denominational. It frees people from the burdens of environment, family, and religious dogma while creating psychological and emotional health through the natural healing process of the body, which every one of us has the ability to access. How to practice Dr. Ajrawat's air pulse autonomic therapy? I would like to discuss with you now the technique of Dr. Ajrawat's air pulse autonomic therapy, how it is practiced, and what essential components it involves for you to get the benefit from this non-denominational, revolutionary scientific therapy. Ajrawat Air Pulse Autonomic Therapy, Individual Consciousness and God, or the Greatest Consciousness. A major goal of Ajrawat Air Pulse Autonomic Therapy is to help people overcome their negative conditioning, whether it is religious, political, or cultural in nature, so they can reclaim their mental freedom and sense of empowerment. If not, we will not only see more conflicts, wars, and destruction for mankind. In particular, changing our frames of reference about religion and spiritual question is of paramount importance. The human mind, though very creative and powerful, shows a surprising and dangerous proclivity for being vulnerable to blind, unquestioning conditioning in the realm of the religion. Today, hundreds of millions of religious followers have become so subservient to certain beliefs that they have totally lost their mental and intellectual sovereignty. It is a monumental task to decondition the human mind from faulty frames of reference and negative conditioning and to make it more self-aware, righteous, kind, and loving. Many well-intentioned individuals, philosophers, and saints have tried to bring about that change in the human mind, yet without a positive final outcome. Why? Because in attempting to do so, we have used the same faulty frames of reference, the same ineffective ways of thinking and processing reality that cause the problem in the first place, namely our irrational, conditioned, unscientific belief systems. In the famous words of Albert Einstein, a significant problem created at one level of thinking cannot be solved at the same level of thinking. I believe that Dr. Ajrawat Air Pulse Autonomic Meditation Therapy, along with new research and discoveries by scientists in the field of medicine and technology, will help us to someday unravel the mystery of our origins. Neither changing politics nor self-righteous philosophies as practiced today will help us reach that goal. One arena is ruled by ego and instant gratification, while the other by dogma and negative conditioning. Faulty conditioning takes us away from ourselves, away from unitary consciousness and its source, the greater consciousness. In contrast, nurturing ourselves and treating ourselves with respect and care will help us understand our origins. By treating ourselves in a holy and respectful manner, we in turn treat our source with respect and reverence. We must take the scientific road to unravel the mystery of God or greater consciousness and spirituality. Ajrawat Air Pulse Autonomic Therapy can help us achieve a scientific understanding of the unitary consciousness that is each individual, which in turn will lead to our understanding of the great force that originally created us. We must acknowledge the scientific basis to our quest that balanced neurotransmitters, hormones, and normal functioning bring us to closer not only to emotional and physical health, but to questions of deep spiritual nature. The goals of Ajrawat Air Pulse Autonomic Therapy is to help individuals achieve mental and physical health and true empowerment of self. He or she will then feel self-aware, self-assured, loving, kind, self-actualized, and at one with him or herself as the holy self, what I call unitary consciousness, in harmony and unison with his or her creator, the God, or the greater consciousness. This is the autonomic balance, a state of mental and physical equilibrium achieved with help of Dr. Ajrawat's Air Pulse Autonomic Therapy through a conscious and disciplined effort. When the unitary consciousness merges with greater consciousness, the result is autonomic bliss, a state and experience of feeling perfect happiness and joy after achieving homeostatic balance between mind and body. The final stage is autonomic enlightenment, a state of awareness without attachment to worldly objects and passions, an enlightened state of mind where the darkness of anxiety and self-doubt has disappeared.